Hello. So today I just wanted to cover some of the nuances between when you're working on a single family home and when you're working on a property that has in between 2 and 4, or really more than 4 units in general. I was recently assisting an agent with a transaction and they had several offers come in. One of the offers came in stating that they wanted the seller to give notice to the buyers to move out. A 30-day or 60-day notice or whatever that notice was. And the seller agreed to that. They would give notice within 5 days after accepting the offer. And that way the buyer kind of had a little bit of a head start because the buyer actually wanted to move into one of the sides of this specific duplex. So the seller went to their property manager and asked the property manager to give this notice. But this property manager replied back stating that it was actually illegal to give that notice. There are just cause laws and there is rent control in the entire state of California. So whenever you're working on a property that has 2 or more units, these laws do apply and you have to consider them when you're making these offers. So just in general, whenever you're working on a transaction that is outside of your normal scope of work, I would say, if you're working on a land deal in a different county, or you're working on a commercial deal, or specifically in this case, you're just working on a transaction that has more than 1 unit, seek counsel. Talk to your managers, talk to your brokers, talk to a property manager that you're close to, or talk to the property manager of the property if there is one, before you accept any offers. I would actually caution to do this before you even market the property at all. So maybe you can include some of that information on MLS. In this specific case, the buyer ultimately had to just accept that the seller could not act on the contract that they originally agreed to. In one hand, there's the law that says that they can't give notice to tenants. And on the other hand, there is a legally binding contract at play. So the seller obviously was in a very, very sticky situation, but because this was a shorter escrow, the buyer just agreed that once we close escrow and the buyer actually is the owner of the property, if they intend to move in, that is allowed under the just cause eviction laws in California. So that's ultimately what ended up happening. And it was a saving grace definitely for the seller and this agent that everything still worked out and that the buyer was still happy getting the property. But we were very, very happy that they didn't decide to pursue any damages or anything like that because of this. So take the time to do your research whenever you work on a property that is a little bit different than what you normally do. All right, so thank you for watching.